Hi there. Today I am going to do a combination flip cup and Dutch pour. It's inspired by a photo of Richard Rankins of Ben Arthur in Scotland. So first, basically, I'm going to lay in the sky first, and then we're going to blow out the, I don't know if it's heather or gorse. I'm not really up on such things, but it's gorgeous colors of autumn and burnt orange, and I didn't want to stir that. So that was a great start. Okay, so rather than a typical flip, we're just going to pour it on kind of at random because I just want to get the sense of sky. It's a little bit thick, but that's okay. I might add some white to let it flow over top of so we can get it moving around on the canvas here. Or worst comes to worst, I just make more gray. But this was just using up some leftover shades of gray that I had lying around, so I thought that would make a very good threatening fall kind of a sky. So I'm going to add some white, just see if we can get it to tip off of it and flow over top. Just put it right in here. It's going to need it to roll over. This is where the name Flow Acrylics comes from, because you really need to have the ability for the paint that you want, the color, so the gray, to flow over top of something else. So it could be more gray had I made enough paint, but I didn't. I'll put a little bit of white in there too. I don't know if you can see on the camera well enough or not, but you can already see some cells and different shapes developing in the gray. So if we can manage to keep those, or at least keep that kind of variegation, then that'll give me a really interesting sky. And worst come to worst, I'll just do it again. So let's see what we can get to have happen here. What exactly do gusty skies even look like? I really need a palette knife here so I don't stick my fingers in it, but yep, I'm gonna pause and just go get a palette knife. Okay, so I'm back. What I've got done now is I have laid in some Payne's Gray, which always looks navy when you start, but dries quite gray, to be like the mountain range, which I think is the actual Ben Arthur. And then I've put in just a very sloppy mix of a gray, a light gray, for the paint to flow over. In this case, this is one of those things where I'm kind of making it up as I go along, so unless this looks really good, don't try this at home. That's your warning. So I need to get rid of some bubbles here, so just a quick torch. There shouldn't be too many left up there because I've stretched it pretty well, but there's quite a lot here. I just mixed this white yesterday, so it's still bubbly. All right, now I'm going to lay down the paint, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow it this way, and then I'm going to put on the second part, which is the hill in front of it. So this is the first time I've done something that's fairly representational. So we'll just see how that works. And as I said, if it doesn't work, yeah, don't try it. So just don't know what to expect. And dipping things in paint is not a good start. Because normally when I would blow something out, I would let it move forward, in the patterns that it makes. This time I'm going to actually seek to blow almost all of it off because I want to have all of this colored to show the foliage, which is gorgeous. So I may add some more up in here too. This great, it's called, that one was burnt umber. The brownish color was burnt umber, and the red is brick red. And then this color is called Venetian red. I don't know who thinks that is anything remotely red, because for me it's quite a burnt orange, but it's a very nice color. It's quite beautiful. I'm going to use a lot of that, oops, as I flop it everywhere. All right, so let's see what happens. So now I have an actual burnt orange, which is similar, possibly a little browner. It's actually almost exactly the same, isn't it? Looks different in the squeeze bottle. And then some yellow ochre. Just lay a little bit more of this on, although I might need it for the other side, but see what happens. What's the expression? I'm flying the plane as I build it. Okay, let's get everything out of the way. All right, okay, so I've adjusted the canvas slightly to give it more room for the paint to come this way without going off the workbench and onto me. And just, I'll just leave those bubbles. I do see them, but we're just gonna kind of go with this for now. That's not bad. Kind of messed up the top with the dark gray, but I can fix that. I wasn't intending it to push back this way. So I might actually just wait till it's dry. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll go wait till it's dry and then just paint the gray over it. But I love the colors here. Those are coming out quite beautiful. Exciting! Okay, so I think the next one is gonna go make some brown through here. I don't think I have any gray. No. Oh, maybe a little gray. So what I'm kind of trying to make an outline of is this would be sort of the hill beyond, and this one is closer, and there's a bit of a stream bed, or a burn, I guess, if we're talking about Scotland. So on this one, I'm going to go this way. Oh, and I've forgotten the white for the base. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, so this is what happens when you don't really have a full plan. So I've mixed up some more gray. We've laid it down for it to flow over. I'm going to add a bit more color now because I've kind of mixed in with that gray. I think the deeper colors at the edges. The Venetian red, aka burnt orange. Not sure where I love this, but we'll put it in here, I think. Something like this, I don't really have to be very strategic with how I lay the paint down because I am going to blow it over the whole surface. It does add a layer of difficulty when normally I'm not doing anything that's supposed to look like anything real. Then you can let the paint really decide where it wants to go. Whereas something like this, I need to be a little bit more strategic about it, I think. I don't know if this is too much paint. It might be. But we shall see. Okay. This could either be really great or it could really suck. Let's find out which one it is. it's not completely moving, so I need a little bit more paint, which is okay. So let's add a little bit more through here. You can almost see the edge of where the white is going, but we need a bit more colors through here for it to flow. You can see some definite edges there. But really cool colors. I'm really going to be happy with this when this is done, I can tell you that much. It looks cool. Oops, a little bit of brown. I think it may end up off the canvas, but that's okay. It's interesting how the gray almost disappeared. That's good to know for next time. I might have to make a more definite line through here to really give the sense of the creek, but it's not bad. All right, let's finish this sucker up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because you can only go so far with the hairdryer, is I'm going to switch to the little mini dryer, blower, I should say, and just finish, because I kind of like how this looks going back up again. So, just going to do a little bit with this. Okay, so that's getting there. I'd say we're like 80%. So I'm going to turn this off and do some nitpicky stuff, and then I'll bring you back to see what I ended up with. Okay, so I have finished fiddling, which usually consists of poking out little white dots that come through. And I'm just trying to find an angle that doesn't have too much glare, but I think that's actually impossible. Anyway, you can see some of the detail. The colors are beautiful. It'll be much better when it's dry. But there you go, Ben Arthur. I think if I turn, just leave it at that, and we'll show a picture when it's dry. Okay, Ben Arthur is dry. So I'll give you a little bit of a look at the detail of it. The colors again stayed just gorgeous. Dried really nicely. It's still very abstract, but I think it looks landscape-y. Even with the sky, had some fun there with stormy sort of clouds. So I can't wait to be able to varnish it. I think another 3 weeks probably. It'll be a while yet. But I like it. I'm very pleased.